Welcome back to Royal Oak and R&DW Adventures. I'm Darryl.
And I'm Renee.
And we're down here today to test my Adventure Lab and get a couple of photos. So come along for the ride. So quick note that you do need to test your Adventure Labs. It's important that you actually get out there, make sure things are what you expected, stuff hasn't changed. But one of the really important things is you have to, every time you make a change and want to retest, delete and then reissue that test. Now once you do that, you can send the test URL. So I've done that, sent that to Renee, and we're going to give it a shot today. So Renee's opening up the app and taking a look at this first stage. I went ahead and started the outdoor walk on my Apple Watch so we can get the time and distance roughly. It's not going to be exact since we're actually recording and doing all of that, but it gives us a good idea for that intro. Now, Renee already knows enough about what I'm trying to do with the story. Have you actually had a chance to read that while I'm doing this? Okay. What do you think? Anything I need to change on that?
Well, I think this sounds good. I did go back again to say, wait, what was the question?
Yeah. Well, the question, when you go to answer the question, it should have that, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I always forget that part. I really do. So I expect to, like, find the question in the description. Got
it. Okay. So one of the problems that I came across is that the text is only 1,024 characters. Now, fortunately, it's only 1,024 characters because you really want to read more than that when you're out here doing a Adventure Lab. But what I found was that was a lot less text than I needed to really tell my story. So what I ended up with was a lot more watered down.
Okay, with a little bit of just history.
It doesn't get into nearly the depth that I wanted on this story. So I'm not sure it's going to come across, and I don't know that it actually ended up working well because it is so watered down from what I wanted it to be. So that's something to keep in mind as we go through is, did my story actually work because I had to pull so much out of it? And this is why I also think if you have the time, doing the YouTube videos really is going to help because that gives you something that's easier to digest for the geocacher.
Right.
And gives you a lot more information, a lot more interaction and everything.
And for yourself too, when you go back and look at it and you think, oh, is that really what I wanted to say or convey as I'm doing this?
So let's go and wrap up this one and move on to the next stop.
Sounds good.
So as Renee tested that first one, we realized that the updated photos that I put in are not actually showing up. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But the photos are very weird because it's an 1125 by 1050 aspect ratio, pixels actually. And that's almost square, but as you're actually viewing it, rarely do you see that whole thing. So it's a very bizarre format, and you have to make sure that like the center bar is the subject that's actually showing up. So it does take a little work to get those photos right. One of the big things that I'm looking for is that my questions are clear and understandable. And well, I did have success on the second stage, which was one of the ones that was really in question. The third stage ended up having a typo. I tried to fix that one in the field and ended up deleting the entire Adventure Lab. So at this point, I'm going to have to go home and do it from home and redo it, but we're going to try to finish up the testing and see if we can get at least that done. And hopefully it's still cached on her phone. So fortunately, it's not totally deleted. Renee can still finish up the testing. But one of the interesting things was the front half of this building was actually deleted, and they built lofts there. So I thought that was kind of an interesting addition to the story, but I didn't really have the room in the text, so I added it to the photo. I thought that was kind of a good idea to handle it, though I don't know that many people are going to pay attention.
It is kind of cool. But, so how exactly did you delete it?
Delete the Adventure Lab?
Yes.
Well, here's where it gets a little bit wonky. In the interface right now, you have the test and you have the delete button on the cache page on the mobile. So they're right close to each other, and without thinking, I hit delete instead of test and then delete, because what you have to do is go into the test in the Adventure Lab builder, delete, and then hit test again to republish. So I was trying to republish with the changes.
Okay.
And accidentally removed the whole thing. Fortunately, I have all of that text in Notion. All of the photos are stored off to the side, so I can easily rebuild it. It's not going to be too much of a problem.
That's a good thing.
But we've confirmed every one of these. Only those last two, the stages 2 and 3, were the ones I was really concerned about the answers. So the rest of this should be easy. We're just going to go confirm it and wrap up our testing.
Well, I completed it.
All right, so what did you think overall, number 1?
I thought it was very interesting to your take on here, and I think also because I know a little bit of the history of the backstory behind this.
So does it hold up, you think, if you don't know what the backstory was that I was trying to come up with?
I think so. I think it does. I mean,
Okay.
I think people might have some more questions, but it holds up on its own. It makes a lot more sense when you do know the backstory, but I think it does hold on its own as well.
All right, so probably would be worth coming back and doing this as a YouTube version later on.
So.
Now, the last question we have about the functionality of this one and the usability. Can you find the adventure or the bonus cache from the description in there easily enough?
Well, it tells you what this to look for.
Right, but the problem is that at the end, you don't get that journal entry that says that you completed it.
Right.
So I put it in the story, and it seems like you might have kind of glanced over it.
I might have.
So I might have to tweak that a little bit as well.
Like, well, actually it says, well, no, in the very beginning, again, I'm reading the beginning again, and it says that it's a linear experience guiding you to a bonus geocache, and it gives you the number. And I remember seeing the, the cache.
So you just have to pay a little bit of attention.
Yes.
Now, it doesn't show because we are, oh no, it does show completed. So check your journal entries, because I did put it in the journal entry, but I don't know that it shows it to you. So go to the last one.
Oh.
And yeah, so at least you can do that if you forget. And yeah.
So I knew it was there, but I think the last one went by so quick that it just went back to the description, and I think that's why I missed it. I knew it was there.
So overall, I think it's going to be a good one. Hopefully I can get it up before this video comes out. And I guess this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler if that's the case. But I don't care if people get it spoiled or not.
Right.
I really wanted to give this a shot. I really hope I get good feedback on this, because the whole point of this one to me was to try to make a storytelling adventure lab that was fun, made sense in that linear experience, and took you to the final. And the final is feet, like not even hundreds of feet, it's tens of feet at most from the final point.
From the obvious spot.
It should be pretty easy.
It really should. It really should. And I think of all the 5 stages, there was only one that I really had trouble with, because I was looking at the wrong thing.
And I had to change the text because there was a typo there.
And then you deleted the
And then I deleted the
lab.
The adventure lab.
But other than that, I think it was very readable and easy to do. And I can't say that I did this with him. I did 2 of them while you were figuring it out. I did know 2 of them.
Did you even watch the video, to be honest? I don't know that you watched the finished video, so she probably didn't have anywhere near the inside knowledge that
Right.
I would have expected.
Right, and the day that that you were going around and really doing the footage, I sat down in the middle for like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because my knee was hurting me, so I didn't even walk with him. I had an idea of what he was doing, but not really what he was doing. So I had some spoilers, but not enough to really. I had the first one and the last one, I think.
So
the whole middle I didn't know.
I think what we're gonna have to do is tell people it's about a 1 mile walk, because I came up with 0.9 on the watch.
Okay.
We took a little over an hour to do it.
But
So
that's
I'm
'cause
gonna
we stopped
say
and filmed, so
I think
probably half an
I had
40
60 minutes as my rough time.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna stick with that, and probably tell them to expect a total of 1.25 miles, because we take them back, you know,
Right,
from
you
the
backtrack a
parking.
little
I
bit.
give the parking coordinates, so it's going to be a 1.25 miles and about an hour to do this adventure lab. So it's not
Right.
going to be short.
No. And it's nice though, because even if they wanted to stop and do something along the way, there's things. And,
Yeah.
and it's not, that's not a problem, because there's the stores, there's restaurants, there's, you know, bubble tea.
Plenty of refreshments.
There's some sort of fair going on over there right now.
There's always something.
Not a
happening
World's Fair,
around
but a fair.
All right, and I do have another one kind of in concept. And as soon as I get this one finished and help you with yours, I'm going to start planning it, because I'm hoping one of the two of us will get the bonus adventure lab. And if so, I know exactly what I'm going to do. It's going to be based on YouTube videos, not my own.
Okay.
And
Oh, that'll be fun.
it's going to be fun because it's old commercials.
Oh, that'll be so much fun.
So hopefully,
We
I
did
will
talk
get
about
that
this
one.
a little bit. I hope so.
I did. I've talked about it a bunch on the show.
I think it would be fun. Or maybe that's
On
what I
the
think we did.
Geogear that is.
Maybe I didn't actually talk to you. I just
You just
heard
overheard it.
Yeah.
All right. So make sure to click subscribe so that you stay tuned to our channel and see everything else that we're up to. And if you like the geocaching content, we've got that playlist down in the corner over there. Make sure to hit that one as well.